What do y'all see? I don't know what, but I need to talk to you all. Welcome, welcome. I know most are probably over at the Playhouse. That is fine and dandy with me. I still don't know how to work this thing. But I just need to talk and get some things out before it's too late. So I think I'm live. If anyone's here, just drop down, say hello. Hello, Egypt Brown. Hey, hey, hey. Just give it a moment and we're going to hit it and quit it. And whoever watches the replay watches it. But I got some things to say. Hey, Minnie Mouse. Thank you, my mod. Hello, focus on you. Hey, boss dog. Just give it another moment. And we'll go ahead and get started. Did anybody watch that Eagles game? Go Eagles. People want to say I live in Philly. I'm not in Philly. I'm close to Philly, and Jersey, but that's our team. And it couldn't happen to a better group of guys. I'm so happy for our city. But man, they tore that goddamn city up. When I don't know why they so goddamn aggressive. And I worked that night and everybody was like, "We going to Broad Street. We gonna go to Broad Street." I guess that's like what a downtown. I don't know. Broad Street's long. But I something told me to take my ass home, and I'm glad I did. Man, they was up on the poles and they greased the poles, y'all. But they don't care. They up there, it was cold. They done broke windows and they're gonna be a parade on Friday. I wanna go, but that's Valentine's Day. I ain't got no boo, but usually I just do me, but we'll see. But we are good. I think it's only the second time we've won in like 104 years or something. So anyway, it's a big deal. Um, no, Ness, I think you're talking about, like, Broad Street in Newark, New Jersey. This is Broad Street in Philly. Hey, Nessie. Hey, Annie. But let me go ahead and get started. Y'all seen the title, y'all? The title says DL Dudes, Fake Morality, and the Sector Hypocrisy. Or did I put beef sector? I don't know. But anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and start because unlike some of the other CCs, I did take time to draft out my notes on the things I wanted to talk about. And it's really imperative that I get this out now before things are changing now. So let me go ahead and talk about it because I was trending, but really the issue with me is these so-called straight men in this sector that can't handle the fact that I'm unapologetically me. You know, they want to control how I feel and how I identify, but that can never happen, will never happen. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it more at another point, but I don't know if this is their normal feeling, but I've always had some type of feeling of being alone. At a very young age, I had the feeling that I was the only person that that I had. Like I knew that at a certain point. And I spent different points and times in my life with various family members from my mom, dad, grandmother, spent various years, but I never had a real sense of owning with them. It just is what it is, and as I started to grow, I knew, my sexuality, and as I grew was a big thing, especially with me coming from a religious family, but I'll share more on that later. Hey, under new management. Hey, sweetie. Excuse me if I'm not talking, I'm just freestyling, but mods, please, greet everybody, in the chat for me, and then I'll look down. I'll have a open, topic. You guys can ask me questions, so if you have something that you wanna ask, just wait till I'm looking because 'cause I'm really not looking at this point, okay? But I had those feelings, so I say all that to say is that I always kinda went to the beat of my own drum. I knew I was different and things. Naturally, I played it safe and where I had to be in certain situations, but I was always still true to me. So even when a time where I had to come out um, and tell that it wasn't that much of a surprise because I always still did myself, but there was a way that I conducted myself, and I still do that today. But now we got these alleged straight men that are all in the uproar. "Uh, They're talking about me. They're talking to me. They're doing this. Like, what? It's weird. I finally, now that I'm going live, unlike a lot of CCs, I was able to look at the statistics. And part of the statistics is that the primary sector, I mean, over more than 50% are middle-aged women. I mean more, and that starts, like, at 44 and above. I mean, the biggest demographic, which is a shocker to me. But another shocker is that they wanna say, "Oh, this is the gay men's sector," but from my analytics, it was, like, over 9%, so I round up to 10% men and 90% women. And mind you, over 50% of that is middle-aged women. So what are y'all talking about? Like, I don't get it. Why would y'all even want to be in this sector? Not even to mention our history, that the fact that this sector came along, it was the great migration from the review sector, which really came from, those Bravo things, which would cater to that audience, that middle-aged audience and gays. But then when the Maddie and Kaya incident happened, that's what happens. But yet y'all feel comfortable being around here? Like, it's just hypocritical. And then you want to come in our space where it's very limited and y'all have so many other spaces and want to come around and try to dictate how we do and operate? Absolutely not. Not not at all. Uh, but I wanna reiterate as well, this is a new journey to me, and when I know Karen did his call-in show, and some people are saying, "Oh, this is a play for Dimples to launch her channel." No, I've been here since 2017. How many, kerfuffles and trending things I have been a part of, and even in the heyday of the cleanups, I could have been launched my channel. I haven't. I was forced in this position from being silenced by CCs and narratives being spun and me being at the mercy of CCs, whether or not they wanted to go after this person or not. And many times I just had to take it. And now that, I don't really have any more options at this point. I have to go live and now I have to lend my voice and speak. And I never wanted this, but now I'm going for it because it sounds like people do wanna hear what I have to say, So that's where I am, and I don't know if I'm gonna be consistent. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. People want a panel. I don't know. I think the panel thing is overplayed, and it has really devalued the sector and made people a lot of really lazy. And that's something I don't wanna do, although I do enjoy the engagement and interacting, but with everything, it can become too much. So we'll play that by ear. But in regards to the biases that are going on in the sector, uh, I did talk about that regarding the middle-aged women and how my identity is my identity alone. But I do want to issue a reality check to a lot of the people because remember the climate. People are telling me just over I was at the Playhouse. Oh, you're mad about Trump. See, y'all are looking at these hot topic buttons that Trump tries to say that are pandering to what you wanna believe about the homosexuality and stuff, but you gotta get into the groups and the granularity of the details. That's what he wants you to get focused on, but he's hitting us all. He's coming for us all. He just stopped the CFPB, which is a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which gave a lot of us rights and gave these people, that these financial institutions and other businesses that can't mess up, and gave a voice to the people. He has stopped them from doing examinations and everything. I mean, we are gonna get impacted. He's already starting with the board of education. They got this Doge and Elon Musk and his people in there that are having access to our financial records. I don't care if it's read only, it's too much. Not to mention that he's targeting these young kids. Like, okay, you might be young and smart, but there's a specific impact and importance to life experience that they just lack. So it's just not good. He's defying court orders, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So all I'm going to tell you guys is wait and see. He might not come down your alley right now, but you are going to feel it one way or the other. This is a very, very critical time in the world. And, we can't really blur the lines with these real issues and make it, all just lump it all together because it just shows how limited in mind people are. I really don't get it. The spinning of the narratives, the crying about me and things, it's just like crazy. Even people are saying that I was fake crying. Really? Now I will tell you, it is a little freakish. I can't stand to listen to myself, but it's a little yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Battle station, you don't want me to talk about that. I can't, I'm not going to talk, but from a high level, but I have to because it's impacting all of us. So we can't avoid what's going on, in this area. But I'll try not to talk too much on it, but I can't just, not not talk about it, especially when it's thrown in my face all the time. But either way, it, it's just a different time. But one thing I want to talk about is Miss Big Bree. Y'all, let me get a swig of water. Give me one moment. CJ Wilson, Rodney, when you take a swig of water, put yourself on mute. People don't wanna hear y'all chugging and chomping on water. Who the hell y'all hear someone smacking and chomping on water and coffee? I mean, the spirit of gluttony, I mean, that is bad. Eat and you can't even enjoy your meal, you can't even do what was it? As a child, they used to say you had to chew your food 44 times or something so it can digest. Y'all know what pastor's turds probably look like. Sorry to be vulgar, but my God, ain't no way in the world the way he be chomping down. Hey Kina, good evening. Hey my Nina baby. Um, so one thing I want to talk about is Bree and these missing receipts. Did y'all see that Bree tried to do the old okey doke on us, the bait and switch? She wanted to jump on the bandwagon from Suzette when Suzette called herself air me out. And I had no choice but to stand in it. Love it or hate it, I did it. I was a worker bee. I was a damn good worker. But clearly my services wasn't valued and my I was kicked to the curb, but here I am. But here go Miss Big Nasty Bray gonna try to do the okey doke. She gonna go back. Now, mind you, I blocked this heifer on Discord, but she gonna go back and pull our old messages, trying to air me out, verifying what Suzette put out. That was no shocker. But now that she wanted to be civil at the moment, and she wanted to say she wasn't gonna do this and that to make herself look like something, honey. How about you stand in the shit that you have done in the background with different people? You won't air that out, will you? I thought it was funny that Suzette wanted to put my shit out, but who else? She ain't aired out never Chopper or Nika or them who done work behind her in the scenes, but she want to air my shit out. Chopper was one of the biggest doxers out here. Oh no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I think I'm the only one that stood in it and swung back. But let me get back to Big Nasty Brie. I told her that I know how you work and that I believe because that interview with Kivia never set right or how it happened and how she was conveniently involved and was the one that was orchestrating. It was like, Bestie, go live now, go live now. And she told us that she had Pizarro's Facebook till Pizarro deactivated it. She has her information and even when Suzette came back, Suzette was asking her for the information, and that really, excuse me, that made Big Nasty a little uncomfortable. And she was like, "Don't do like that." But Suzette got up off of her for whatever reason. But I do believe Big Nasty knows Pizza's information, but it's so funny that when I said to show the receipts, because you said that Kivia reached out to you, which is always ironic because why is everybody reaching out to you for interviews? But shout out to LSA. Um, like they said, if they're always doing this and you're the Barbara Walters of the beef sector and everything, you're highly marketable for those triple stomachs you got. Why isn't Dr. Now and different television shows contacting you? Why isn't Goals Plastic Surgery contacting you to help you out? That's that's the thing you need to go on, honey. You could be very marketable. You like to put yourself out there and get attention. Do something that's going to benefit you. We saw how Charles got his little six pack and Netta got her little BBL, honey. That's what you could do. You could be a billboard for meal plans and diet plans and all that, honey. Market yourself. Y'all saw that big girl from the Breakfast Club that got traction because she ordered a mini Uber knowing her big ass couldn't fit up in there. Shit, I'm a big bitch, and when I travel with a lot of suitcases. I always do a Uber Black, but then I had to elevate and not do a Uber Black because they were sending me minivans too many times. I mean, um, whatever the big one is. So then I have to do like the Uber Lux or whatever. So I get a real truck because, honey, I don't want to be in no mommy mobile. But anyway, Bree, that was mighty convenient that you want to air me out and show my goddamn receipts. But you still haven't shown the receipts of Kivia reaching out to you, bitch, and how you knew that. You know what I think? Because there was the 2 sisters, I think there's 3 of them, and pizza is one of them. That's what I'm thinking, and that's how you was able to do that, and that was a play that you set up. Mhm. Show the receipts, bitch. You already showed you're good at exposing and showing them. Why don't you show that? Don't deflect, baby. Because 'cause I've already stood in my shit, but you stand in yours. You stand in yours, honey. Show the receipts, you messy bitch. Now let's talk about Mr. Lemon himself. Lemon is scrambling because he is getting exposed, honey. Thank you to those subbies that are giving me those breadcrumbs, and I'm able to just follow them. Man, when I made this transition from a subby to a commentator to now, I guess I'm a content creator. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me at this point, but like I said, here I am. But baby, he is scrambling. Yeah, those are his apartments. Those are his well, those are his mother's apartments. We'll touch on my belief, but this is what I know. I don't have it all together just yet. And it would take Lemon to clarify and piece together everything, but I'll tell y'all guys what I know at this point, okay? Um, so a subby dropped down in the chat and told me a minute mark of the day, I guess, when he the same live, I think it was like, "This is my moment" or something, when Pizza was dragging him and he was showing his messages. Well, as he was scrolling through, literally, he would got trolled so bad, I don't know why he would do that. He showed all his messages, and he was scrolling, 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 and that's where we saw the person gave me the minute mark to see the market, that era's market, whatever. So, that was my first thing, and I finally got it. They just told me the minute mark and look at the business at the phone. So, I had to literally play, replay, 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 pause, pause, pause. Finally, I got it and was able to get the screenshot. So then at that point, I went to Google Maps. Just a little bit about me. Yes. Okay, guys. I have been contractor before where I have done financial investigations. If you guys remember back in the Circane days, I showed a book of a specific certification that I wanted to get. So that's why I am very good at doing investigations on certain things because that's what I have done in the past at certain jobs. So what I ended up doing is I went to Google Maps. If y'all don't have Google Maps, it's the clutch, okay? I went to Google Maps and welcome everybody. I'm just talking. I'm not ignoring anybody. When I say freestyle or open, then put your questions in, okay? I'm sorry, I'm just talking at this point. But what I did is I went to Google Maps and I put the market in there. And then my nosy ass, I opened up Google Maps and started zooming in because I knew that whatever that market had to be close proximity to where he's at. I had previously had apartments and I knew that I was right in that town because the town that I put, it was like Tacoma or something. I mispronounced it right, but Lemon, we know he's not that smart, but he was able to perfectly pronounce that town. So I was like, okay, he has to be there in that area. But I was wrong with the first apartments that I put out there because I think it was like 12. miles from that market, whatever. But so what I went ahead and did is I opened up the maps, and as I'm looking at Google Maps, I see the apartments, and I zoom in. And if you guys remember when Shakim had a live that day, I had already screenshotted some of the buildings when he was live drunk driving, moving his cars around and stuff. So we were able to get a good glimpse of the apartments and the buildings at that point because it was a parking lot, but then there was also parking on the street where I guess he was swapping his car because I'm guessing that they're only able to put one car in the parking lot and then they have to park on the street. So we were able to see it. And I was telling them, and like, you're showing way too much at that point. Only thing is, I wish you would have shown them license plates, which I just couldn't get. But I was able to determine that that was in fact, the Madison Apartments, and it was literally like a 3-minute walk from that market. Now, I don't know why, because Lemon's trying to deflect, but Lemon, I didn't make up that market. I didn't make up that you had messaged that market and they seen your message, and that's there, and it's in fact, if you go back to Shakim's live, Shakim, if he shares it or reviews it and compares it to those apartments, that's yours. Furthermore, you have did apartment tours of that, and the apartments where if you go and look at the pictures, that's your same layout, and those apartments are only 836, square feet and they're income based as well. Um, and the layout is exactly the same. I'm not gonna do that, but Shakim or Ness can do that, but that's how that happened. I mean, Ness broke it down perfectly, how, but I didn't say apartments near. I literally just opened up Google Maps and did the live satellite view until I saw it, there, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is here." Then I just verified. But, so he wants to deflect on that and try to tell me how to prove it and call them, but let me Imma call them if I don't have your name, your information, like, you gotta give me something. Yeah, give me something. Give me one moment, y'all. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry. But then a subby messaged me on IG. I'm not getting into the emails, never have. I don't think I ever will. And let me pause right there. Donald Goings, Flow State, whatever your new name is, I don't know what information you wanna send me, but you did a live talking about Tag Dimples, but you was playing music. I can't really listen to you too much because you be going off and acting like a lunatic over there. Um, so I can't. I think you messaged me on IG from a page, I guess, asking me for an email. When I told you I don't have an email, you were like, "Oh," well, then I'm like, "Well, what do you wanna send me?" And you ignored me, so did you wanna send me a fake link or something for me to click on so you could dox me, or what was it? Because 'Cause I'm not doing emails, I'm not doing fake links, so what was it? There's nothing that you can't send me on IG. Same name, Lady Dimples, with my picture, and if you wanna verify, just ask me and I'll send a voice note, like, come on now, I don't know, but let me get back to Lemon. So Lemon does a live and he wants to crip walk and deflect and says that's not him and the call to market, which was in his phone that he messaged. So you have to know something about the market. Like, why was it in your list of messages? So we're not making this up. And those are your apartments. In fact, because when you were drunk driving and we all told you, Lemon, don't do it, you were showing way too much that day. Those are your apartments. But a subby came up because apparently now, I don't know what live this was, but I don't know if it was that same live or what, but Lemon exposed his email. Ah! Shout out to that subby. Lemon exposed the email. Indeed. And the subby got it. And the subby verified certain things. And I have on good authority. Those are, well, the apartments in Lemon's mother's name, okay? And there is a sister, well, she said the sister's name when he did it, so I'm certain too. So her name's associated with those apartments too. But Lemon's name is not associated with those apartments. Remember when the mama said Fresno, California, and he lives in a studio? There is an address that Lemon is associated with in Fresno, California. That is a shack. It looks like a house, but it has a unit number, so I don't know if it's like a house with, because I know California has, like, them back rooms, but I'm assuming it's like that. Now, I don't understand Lemon's connection to that because from everything I see, the family is in Sacramento, but Lemon's name and address is not associated with that, it's associated with an address in Fresno. And, oh, yeah, Lemon, you're just a lying bitch. Let me get this. That tattoo is not 805 because Sacramento's not associated with 805. Neither is Fresno. You are an 80s baby. Oh, God. Hopefully, I have access to these notes here. I think Lemon was born in 1989, so he's just on the cuff, but he even had his mother lie with that. But yeah, he's definitely an 80s baby. And that definitely says 80s baby, not no 805, playing with our intelligence. But Lemon, is in Fresno, which Fresno was, like, almost 3 hours from Sacramento, so I don't know what how that happens, but it seems like to me, the mother's married, and the mother's husband does have a house. So it sounds like to me, I don't know if the mother had that apartment and got married and moved with the husband or got it in her name and just lets the kids live there, but the mother is also associated with his husband's house in Sacramento that's, like, 15 minutes away from that apartment, so it's just very weird. I can't tie it. I even asked Lemon not to lie to me because there's an Atlanta address. It shows that in 2008, Lemon lived in Atlanta or a address that was associated in Atlanta for a number of years, for 2 years, and I do remember Sir King talking about Lemon, being on a reality show or wanting to pursue acting, so that would make sense, that being a black Mecca and stuff. And that he was a part of something, I don't know. The man's so dishonest. Now, Lemon, if you come out and push me, I will release everything, okay? I'm just talking, but these are the things that I could piece together. Those are your apartment. Well, those are your mother's apartments. You're there. You do have an address in Fresno. That's why you had that thing. But I don't know what your connection to Fresno is because from what we saw, you weren't there unless you go back and forth. I don't know. But there is an address. Your registered address is in Fresno. It's not in Sacramento. Maybe you switched it up to derail us. I don't know. You were born in the 80s. You did message that store, so you have a connection. And side note, Sir King said that, those were the liquor stores that you worked at a liquor store. So maybe you worked there or have worked there because Sir King slipped up and said that because Sir King was asking me not to do this to him. And I'm like, well, I want to like Lemon, and we share the same thing, like the same faith. That's why I want to be enduring daring to certain people like Uppity. She grew up Pentecostal. She didn't grow up apostolic, but she grew up Pentecostal, very similar. With that, Trish grew up Pentecostal, R&Y, Pentecostal, Cruiser. So people like that, I'm a little more endearing to because we have a commonality and they understand a lot of my kinks and why I operate the way I operate. So I'm a little softer to people like that, in regards to that. Hey, Jessica B. Welcome, baby. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I can't connect the dots, and I literally was trying to research for hours to my brain hurt. So when I get to that point, I just have to shut it down. And another thing, y'all, I don't know, but I think Ness is right. I cannot find nothing, I mean nothing, regarding a deceased sibling. Nothing. Now, with one of the profiles, there is a guy that is marked deceased, but that guy was born in '88, a year before Lemon. And then I couldn't even find their obituary or anything. So that was weird to me. From Facebook searches to Google, Yahoo, everything. I couldn't find nothing on that. And even from what we were told, the breadcrumbs, Lemon makes it sound like this was a younger brother that passed that went to their first party. And if something salacious and like that happened, there would be some type of headline. There's nothing. None of the shootings that happen in that area are remotely even close. I mean, they're like straight up Hispanic, or things like that. Like, I can't verify it. So I'm just inclined to say that Lemon is lying and he is sick. He is really, really sick with this. And another thing, Lemon, the reason why I'm mad and on your ass now is because you want to expose my camera slips. And all I said was just apologize. And you want to double down and say you're going to do it again. And you got so many pictures because you and your obsessed fans are sending pictures of me and your phone and stuff. But Lemon, the first time you showed the camera slip is because I said your alleged name, which is not your name, the name that you first came on as case panel for. Then you changed it to Lemon, which the reason why you changed it to Lemon is not because you like lemons, it's because of the hood Lemon Hill in Sacramento. Like, you are just sick and demented and twisted, but I mean, I don't know what the breaking point is gonna be with you. Maybe they'll never leave you. I don't know, but things ain't adding up. There's too many inconsistencies. And when I feel that way, I tend to just leave people alone when it's just too much like that because I don't like no liars. I don't like no liars. I do not. And I really don't like my intelligence played on, especially when I have alternative facts presenting something else. It's really, really sick. But can't find nothing about no deceased thing at all. No killing or nothing. What should be. Yeah, he has 5 siblings. Yeah, the mom is 60. She's not 50. She's 60, and she's married to an older man. But just play with me, Lemon. Just play with me, okay? But we're gonna move on from that, okay? Hopefully that was enough, and y'all save y'all questions till the end. Let me look at my notes here. I know I'm probably a little dry. I'm not drunk. I want to get these out because these are key points that I really want to get out here. Um, oh my gosh, Miss Bertha May Jackson. Bertha May and her shaky energy. Is it May? But do y'all catch with Bertha May? Her voice be changing. She's faking that old woman voice. That ain't her natural voice. I know y'all wanna talk about my voice and that, but y'all have heard me all types of things. My voice is even kinda hoarse now because I think I was running outside with, in the cold yesterday, but I've caught her voice change a couple times, shaky, and it's not as old sounding as she does, okay? But, yeah. But one thing that got me with Bertha May, she had said something. She's dismissing these abuse allegations against Mr. Jeremy. Yeah, they're allegations nonetheless. And anytime there's any level of abuse, sexual, physical, they're very hard to prove unless there's video evidence typically. And the abuser is always going to try to boss up and cover up. And we've seen this person hit these panels and bring these topics up. We done moved on and he wants to bring them up. And I guess that's his way of bossing up and trying to do it. But shout out to Queen Tossa. They were in the same place. They were in the gym. He's talking about I was in the gym and I left. So how could that not happen? I would hope that that person, Madam Lowe, hashtag justice for Madam Lowe, would not make up a lie like that. I would hope. We're not going to say that does it, but I would hope. But they were there, and Tulsa was like, "Well, what happened?" He was like, "Well, that didn't happen." But they had some type of exchange, some type of interaction. I don't know. He says he lived across the street. Now, before that, even before that, now we heard that he did frequent the gym and he worked out and Lowe, I guess, was living there and a thing. I don't know. I backed off the story because of the abuse allegations. And also, it did seem a little funny to me when I asked her just to confirm, and she wouldn't straight out say it, but she did say that she has the clerk ready. I don't know what that meant. I don't know that low person. I just asked a question and I'm being persecuted for asking a question. And the only reason why I asked the question is because Krista, Cuckoo Krista, if you feel this way about gays, then why are you overlooking these allegations over your sexy friend? I don't know what the truth is, but still, how can you say this about a demographic, but this person is being alleged predator or had interaction with that. That's it, that's all. Ask a question like that get you hurt. Oh, okay. All right. Mhm. You sound very unhinged to me. Very much so, buddy. We done saw you get your ass whooped several times. You big, sloppy, good for nothing, doofy ass nigger. We saw you get your ass whipped at a whole lot of woods event. You sloppy bitch. Just big for nothing. All that vibrato. Bitch, please. I'll suck a nigga's dick and have him beat you fucking up. Play with me. Shit, you know how a queen give it up. You know us, bitches. But anyway, let me get back to Bertha May. She said something of the sort that, um, oh, I got a good sense. Duke doesn't look like an abuser. Excuse me? That just went all through me. Doesn't look like an abuser. Abusers don't have a look. That's not how it works. They don't have a look, and people need to be educated about abuse. We saw that Nyla girl that was abused by this man. Even if you didn't know his past record of, abuse and being a offender, you would just think they were fine and could have anybody, but it goes deeper to that, and especially with the LGBTQIA, youth, we're even seeing, and I'm gonna touch on Brian and that saga that happened this weekend in the town hall, but w we're just we get that. It's about 70% of Black LGBTQ youth have reported being physically threatened or harmed due to their sexual orientation. A significant portion of Black LGBTQ, plus students, almost 40%, have faced some type of harassment or assault. I mean, the impacts of the abuse at this point, almost 27%, almost twice the rate to report that. So these it's big and you know, many times they can be focused on. So that just went all through me when she said, "Oh, you don't look like you're abuser." Oh, I could just sense. You can't just sense that stuff. People can front all day long and put a mask, but no one really knows the true deeds and the inner workings of a person's mind and heart. Those are just it's just a dangerous territory that you can just dismiss that type of stuff. And I was getting the sense that let's say I did spend because he's talking, oh, you beef sector said they got money. Why don't you go ahead and do that? I'll do a polygraph test. Well, sir, first of all, the history with the polygraph test, y'all remember what was that bleedy gums guy? Larry Nelson, his daughter came out there and did it, and they said, oh, Tricky Suzette took money for a polygraph test, and the girl took a picture up, hooked up to a blood pressure monitor at the drugstore. So we got a history with fake polygraph tests, but there's a reason why polygraph tests are not permitted in courts. They're not that reliable. People can train their brains to lie. Some people can lie so much, like I think is the case with Lemon. Even his mother said it that you can train your mind to believe the lies that you're telling. Hell, look at Big Bray. She convinced herself that she's sexy and comfortable in her skin. So yeah, the mind is tricky, okay? But yeah, I just didn't like that with Bertha May, amongst other things, and then she gon' no, 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 and you got children, Bertha May? Come on now. And just 'cause he might make your pussy wet, 'cause that's what it's given. You like that etch a sketch face and all that, but come on now, don't be blinded. Don't be like these other women that fell victim to these men. Mm-mm, mm-mm. We ain't gonna trust nobody. Nobody. And like I said, I don't know what the truth is, but it's too close for comfort for my liking. And that's it. That's all. Side-eyeing you. Let me get back to my notes. Y'all, let me just grace. Is there anything immediate that needs to come on? Hey, Tracy, my baby. I love you, Tracy. Thank you for dropping down. Hey, Miss Paulette Waters. Hey, Shanice, my baby. Shanice, do you have me blocked? Do I have you blocked? I don't know. I can see you there. I don't know. But let me get back to my notes. God Lord, my mouth is getting dry, honey. Jason, I'm sorry. My mouth is getting dry. Um, Hopefully, I'm not boring you all. Let me get oh god, I done clicked out of this area. Do, 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 do. Um, oh my god. We gonna get on James. Mm, we gonna get on James the manatee. What was that shit that he called himself doing? This town hall because the raccoon K-Nola News. Let me touch on you real quick. K-Nola. K-Nola and your down low agenda. You're not fooling a motherfucking person, okay? You I find it funny that one of the hugest, largest events in the United States happened in your motherfucking city, and you chose to set up on fucking YouTube and start motherfucking mess. I wanted to go to New Orleans. They were chartering flights and things, that was okay, but the room rates were $3,000. Ain't no way in the world, but I just want to be in the energy of the city. You mean to tell me you got one of the largest events happening, people coming from all over, and you gonna sit up on YouTube? Bitch. You parasocial dumb bitch. You coulda went down there. I remember when K-Nola came first come out there talking about K-Nola News. I thought the bitch was gonna talk about Nola News like MC Shaky. That bitch ain't never talked about Nola. He ain't never showed us no fucking Nola. He ain't never took us to the local spot show. That's none of that motherfucking thing. I messaged that dumb bitch one time and one time only asking him where to find crawfish, and he can't even tell that. You was a good for nothing funky ass punk. I think Cruiser tried because Cruiser goes there and takes cruises, and she had a group of girlfriends. She was gonna pay you to be a guide, and help her out, but you done fucked that up. Like you could have a real hustle over here, helping and doing things because New Orleans is that city where everyone wants to go. But you ain't even about your fucking business with that. You say you can fucking cook. One thing I love about fucking New Orleans is everybody got a hustle. Even the kids down there, they got the buckets playing the drums. They'll take soda, them bottle caps, and be tap dancing and getting money. Everybody got a fucking hustle out there. You mean to tell me, Ken, you fucking stupid ass bitch, you can't go out there and have a cooler and sell some fucking waters? Anytime I see a black man or a child out there on the road, I give them whatever I got in my pocketbook. 5, 10, whatever. You want water? No, sometimes I take it, most times I don't. Because to me, you guys could be doing anything, but you're putting in the effort. If I'm at the gas station, sometimes the little kids at the gas station, they be like, "Can I pump your gas?" Yeah, I could pump my own fucking gas, and you definitely ain't touching my credit card, but I still give them money just because they're doing something. They're putting in good faith. You set up there and wanted to do that. You could have camped up, went down to Bourbon, showed us the local spots and everything. But you want to sit up here and be messy and play with these damn disenfranchised women. A cuckoo drunk ass Kiki, the girl, Samantha Graziano, or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm gonna touch on that bitch too. And Sonny and all these other people. And then you fucking married. You got your wife over there working at the fucking hospital. And this motherfucker gonna call her online, tracking her motherfucker time when she coming back. So, cause she don't want him on live. Les Watkinson already exposed that. She don't want him on live and in here. So she gotta get off. He gotta get off. So he calling her to find out where she's at. But Ken, you ain't fooling nobody. We see you here. You are broke. You are dusty. You behind the scenes with everybody, instigating and lying and running plays. And we know you, Sonny done exposed you ain't got no teeth in your mouth. We done seen the teeth literally fall out. You come in there crying. You fucking lied about being blind. I do believe you are like bipolar, but I don't even think you smart enough to get a check for that. You're just a lazy, good for nothing bitch that just offers nothing. Nothing. And while I'm in this vein, before I get to the manatee, Malik. Malik, you are a fucking joke. Malik, all I'm gonna tell you to the same vein, get a fucking job, Malik. Cause it's on document that you went up to that courthouse when you went to file that divorce paperwork on Brooke that you are destitute. You ain't got no money. So either you're hustling and being a street pharmacist and poisoning our communities, or you are just a big, fat, lazy slob over here in the gays and women business. Now, I remember a time before Brooke wouldn't let you come over here too much. And she told you this was your playground and you listened, but I guess now you don't give a fuck. You all up in here. You was over there trying to run a play and messing up Pretty Chocolate Girl's good name. She being innocent and stupid Nika talking some, I thought you were doing something to Brooke. What the fuck was that girl doing but being nice and hosting a show? I remember when she first came out, he was supposed to start a channel. It was like Fat Bitch Malik or something, or Cooking Malik. And I'm like, is he gonna cook? And she's like, no. Like, I, I don't know. The thirst for attention is unreal. I mean, if you just want to hear someone hear you rambling and talking in skittles, cut on your camera, start your channel, build your network. You'll never know who wants to hear. The most touching thing for me is what Miss Dovey and Mr. James. Mr. James just said, I just wanted someone to hear me talk. And we don't gotta agree, but some people do just want to be heard. So if that's what your goal is, Malik, do that. But you coming over here and trying to make an issue where there's no issue, mm-mm, mm-mm. And for you to talk about the gays, you know Brooke don't play with you. Brooke covers you and all your messiness. Although you expose her time and time again, down to the point that you allowing this girl to get evicted, and you talking about, I'm not getting evicted. You is a trifling, low down man. I don't respect that. The word of the Lord says if a man don't work, he don't eat. A man's supposed to be a provider. So I just mm-mm. You was nothing but want to have my name in your mouth all fucking weekend long. And Tossa, and Dimples is Dimples, okay? I have never done the shit Tossa does. Tossa lied to Noble and didn't tell that she was trans, although he should have been able to tell, but I don't know. And as soon as he did find out, he blocked her. And she did that. We also saw when I saw Tossa, Tossa was over there talking about chat rep and confusing that poor African on who was trans and who wasn't. I ain't never done that shit Tossa did. And I always called Tossa out. And I always was the one to tell y'all, even with Tracy and Lemon, I said, Tossa trolls too much. Once again, if I can't figure you out or you too inconsistent for me, I leave you alone, okay? Because I can't deal with nothing like that, especially when you don't know and things ain't gonna line up. I'm not gonna give you. And I should have learned that from Suzette. I should have let that bitch go too, but lesson learned. But yeah, no, inconsistent people. I don't work well with. I don't. So I don't do Tulsa and Tulsa. Let me tell you something, you fucking bitch. You fucking lied on me. I ain't never. I only messaged you one time to let Lemon know something because you was up on that panel, ignored me. You called me on IG. I didn't talk to you. I never wanted a relationship with your dumb ass. You don't offer nothing. Nothing. But another one that offers misery and chaos. Yeah, you can be funny once in a upon a time, but you are stupid. And clearly it doesn't translate to your channel. You were in All About the Teas, and I heard you were doing the same thing on All About the Teas. Now telling people you were trans and stuff. Get the fuck up out of here. And we do want to investigate how all these animals are being slaughtered up in your fucking house. But you on live all day. You ought not have another animal ever. You done killed that chicken, and then all these dogs, they done died not once but twice. The litters? Uh-uh. Something ain't adding up. Eddie, let me take a swig. Welcome everybody. I'm just talking. But yeah, let me get to James, okay? Because that fake panel that was driven by Professor Littlefoot, that James affectionately calls Ken Nola, is crazy. But was it me? You know, one thing about James and his fake morality and his victimhood, he is so pressed about me that he wants to call a town hall and name the church queens. I mean, Yeah, I'm a church queen. Well, I was a church queen. I haven't actively been in church in years. Last time I've been in a church service was in August when I attended our national convention over in Baltimore. And the only reason why I really went there is to help my grandparents out because they're older and traveling. It takes a lot for them to make sure they settled in their room and, clean. And, we do. There's different things we do before the room, especially since I work for a hotel. I already know to wipe down everything in Lysol and do everything because them housekeepers just can't clean like they are supposed to because they only get like 30 minutes per room. But anyway, and let me pause right there, you stupid bitch. My family, you cannot tell me. This is what I don't fucking respect with these people. Y'all want to insert your thoughts and your opinions on me. You cannot tell me what's in my heart or in my mind. You don't love your family. No, bitch, you don't love fucking Patty. That's why she's living in that fucking assisted living home. Okay? And that's why you allowing and feeding her fucking cancer sticks and cigarettes and fried chicken, bitch. You worry about that bullshit. And that's why you had to live with grandmama because Patty couldn't stand you. And your daddy didn't want nothing to do with you because Patty had friendly pussy. Uh-huh. And then when it was finally verified, he paid the little child support. Probably wasn't nothing. But he didn't want nothing to do with you. You sad. Oh, I had a male figure. Where the fuck's he at? Did he claim you? Did he call you son? I am a friend of God's. I am a friend of God's. I am a friend of God's. He calls me friend. Did he call you son, bitch? Did he? I think not. Gonna tell me I'm sitting there plotting for my family to die for a little bit of money. Oh no, baby. I love my family. I don't have to agree with everything, nor do they agree with everything with me. But certain things you just gotta learn. Shout out to Miss Paulette. You gotta learn just to accept. I can't force my identity and my lifestyle on people like that. I can't. And that's my choice if I want to play friendly and go along with that. And in this climate right now, I'm so glad I didn't change my body and stuff. And that if I have to go and force myself in certain situations, that I'm able to do that. Call it a coward, call it a punk, call it whatever the fuck you want. But I'm going to fucking survive at any means necessary. Okay? I love my family. I just had to sacrifice my grandfather had to go on a funeral today, and I made sure that I paid for that hotel room. So they didn't come out their pockets. My grandmother's about to get knee replacement surgery. Imma be right there taking care of her, cleaning, cooking, and doing whatever the fuck she needs to do. You can't fucking tell me what the fuck I do and how the fuck I care for my family. They've been too good to me. All right, bitch? Maybe you don't know what that feels like, but I do. Use and stuff. No, mm-mm. That's called love. They love me, and I love them. Yeah, I don't remember. I find the clip from Breeze when I called my grandma, impromptu, real quick. "Mom, do you love me?" What'd she say? "Of course we love you." That's what she said, without hesitation. Love is deeper than anything. The word of the Lord says love covers a multitude of sins. Okay? No, I don't agree with everything they do. They don't agree with everything I do. And yes, because they asked me not to come around a certain way, don't bother me none. Well, I deal with it. And that's my issue, not yours. Because some things are bigger than other things. All right. So keep your mouth off my relationship with my family and how I care, you pressed ass bitch. Because we want to talk about love, cousin daddy. You didn't love them kids when you was whooping their ass allegedly to the point that they had to go up to the schoolhouse and tell that you was whooping their ass. And they had to investigate that shit once again. Unfounded or not, those things are kind of hard. But them kids had to get removed. And they don't come around you like that. No, they don't. No, sir. Mm-mm. And I wouldn't want to come around no one that was whooping my ass either, allegedly. No, I wouldn't. Cousin daddy. And if you did have to pay child support, good, but I doubt it. And stop trying to pander, talk about some, "Oh, I'm asking for cash apps." Yeah, you need to beg. You need to come to your audience. Come out and tell the audience about the financial hardships that you are currently facing that are documented. You have an audience. You have influence. Put your pride aside, baby. For whatever reason, you can't work a 9 to 5. And nor do I think you qualify for SSDI. Okay. So put your pride aside. Tell the audience about the financial hardship. Stop hating on Lemon. Stop hating on Official Dusty and everybody else. You got influence. You can get them cash apps. All you got to do is ask. The word of the Lord says you have not because you ask not. Stop deflect and say, people, I'm going through something. We all go through something. We all go through something. A dollar to stop making them ugly t-shirts because clearly that ain't helping you. Clearly. And just ask your people. You got influence. You got such a demographic. You mean to tell me you've been out here so long? You didn't learn how to get a hustle or create a product that could help your people? Heck, Miss Regina had the mink oil and she was doing that up. I mean, you could do something. Ain't you a stylist? Let's pause right there. Did I hear you, bitch? An unlicensed stylist allegedly was doing somebody's hair. I hope that was just for fun and charity and you wasn't getting paid, because if you were, a violation. Ask Demi, don't do it. How the people caught up on her and they had to make her get a shot when she was frying hair up in her damn house. Mhm. Mhm. You done got that daycare up out of there too. Mhm. Yeah. Sleep around your own porch, manatee. Don't come around mine, baby. I got this. I'm working out my stuff. Don't come around because you got a lot to work on and focus on, inside and out. Gonna tell me what the fuck I am and what the fuck I'm not. The nerve of you. Bitch, please. And then trying to compare. Bitch, if y'all would have seen him down at that Hard Rock looking like Captain Save-A-Ho with that cape. Oh my gosh. Mm, woo! My God. Let me look over my notes. Yeah, I touched on him. But one thing about that town hall, I don't know if y'all saw it the way I saw it, but we'll go back to when Brian was on Jay Wilson's live, and every now and again, Brian gets stirred up and why he wants to come to this sector crying out. I guess there was a time where I did that, but it don't serve you none when you do that, really, because these people are not professionals. They're not, and they're gonna use your trauma for play, and that's exactly what happens. They don't care. They're gonna use it and analyze it and do all this stuff. The best bet is for you to either shut up or go get a professional. Now, I shout out to Jay Wilson. He always does refer him to that. Although out of everybody, I think Jay Wilson does have some level of counseling or therapy from what he does, but he'll say he's not a professional. But if Brian was serious about being healed, same thing with Suzette, you would address that. Suzette only went to the one court-ordered anger management class or whatever and whatever. She's not committed to being whole, and she comes out and deflects on the all of us and even down to her children. And when people's probably say, "I don't wanna do this dysfunction," she wants to lash out and say she loves a dog more than their child. What? Something that came out of what you say makes you a woman, you have the JJ, you birthed, and you don't want nothing to do with them? And then you got the PTSD so bad, you talk about you wanna it sound like you trans in your mind. The reason why you started having sexual activities with women so you can dominate them? Well, honey, you can make some money because there's a whole lot of high-powered men that like to be dominated. You can fist and do men like that, but no, that'd be too repulsive for you, huh? But you could spread a woman wide open and dominate her and put your fist up in her, huh? But I'm crazy? Oh, we all got mental illness, sound like to me. But let's get back to this town hall and Brian. So I thought it was strange first when James got up there and wanted Brian. I guess Brian must have glanced over the story about abuse or something. And then he wants to go up and say, wait a minute. Is that your issue, Brian? I never heard you say that. Well, I've heard Brian talk about a white neighbor that did all types of stuff to him and his. I heard him graves over that, but you don't want to re-victimize people, especially if you're not trained to how to deal with that type of stuff, really. But it sounded like he was just trying to plot and sign him up and just like pray, because Brian's looking for validation from James and other people. Brian gets up there on there and act like he's getting helped. And a pastor comes up there, does whatever pastor does. I don't know. But it just sounded like to me, James is re-victimizing Brian. And he doesn't have the tools or the capability to close the wounds that he's opening. And Brian's so stupid, he don't even know how to not talk about it and going into it. But even with that was stupid because I thought that was funny with the story. Since we're here, Brian, you told it. I thought it was funny that you told the story about how your sister was violated, which is crazy to me. You mean to tell me y'all sat up in the car full of people and no one said nothing? "Hey, what you doing? Hey, look at that." I thought you couldn't do that? That you just sat there and let your sister get violated? And then you never touched on how you were violated. Now, I know you said there was one incident that made you curious, and then that so after that, did you hmm, now y'all gonna crucify me, but hear me out, because we know there's fast children, and we know that adults should be able to withstand those, but there's some weak people and there's some sick people. But I'm wondering, did Brian go and seduce the man or do something after seeing that or what? And is that the reason why Brian kept covering up for the man for saying he was a drunk? Because I done seen some kids do some stuff and being up in adult's face, and what you say? Hey, little girl, get up, get up off that man's lap. Get up, get up, get away from there. I said, well, what are you looking at? Get away from there. Go to your room. I done seen it. And I done had to do it before to some kids. No. No. Mm-mm. Go play. Get around these grown folks. We need to get back to them days. We need to get back to them days where someone could tell you, what are you doing? Go put some pants on. My little niece was walking around just innocent, little night. Go get some shorts. I got you some shorts. Go put some shorts underneath that. We got company. Because you never know. We need to get back. It takes a village. And yeah, these people, there's a lot of influences and factors with these people, and they're not in their right mind. And that person wasn't, but I thought that was quite funny. I would never sit there and see my sister get victimized and felt the boy not do nothing. I don't care how long. I remember I was a child seeing my mother get beat, and I was jumping in trying to do so. Hey, get off my mom! Y'all remember Baby Boy when that man was get off my mom, get off my mom. Try something. And then you grazed over when you got violated, and I guess the man was violating his son too? I mean, just sick. And then, what was more concerned, then he said he spent time in a mental institution over that. So there had to be some more things. And that's why he's coming out, lashing out, and being unstable here. Well, what's so more concerning to me is that this man is in a position of authority to watch people and is a gun carrier. That boy's unstable. That's why these gun laws and stuff, that is a part of our um amendments, the right to bear arms, but there needs to be better controls. The mental illness in the mind, I don't care what y'all say. The mental mind, the psyche is not meant to take on as much as we take on in today's range with this technology and the stuff that's being given to us at a young age. And don't even talk about if you're a gifted person. That's why them gifted people be snapping because the mind can only take but so much. I think we only use like 10% of the brain or something. I don't know, but very concerning. Very concerning. There's no way Brian was given a mental fitness test or something like that. There can't be no way. Very concerning. I wouldn't trust him with no gun or nothing. We saw how he acted in that sauna with that man just because the girl told him not to record or did she spray something or something? It escalated to the point it shouldn't have had, and he got a gun. "I got the right to stand my ground." What? That boy's unhinged. Would y'all trust Brian with a gun? Let me see. Mama Fifi, he coulda said, "Get off my sister." He coulda made a diversion. He coulda did something. Ain't no way in the world I would sit there and do no shit like that. Ain't no way. Mm-mm, absolutely not. Now you can agree or disagree. I'm just telling you what I would have done. And I done saw my mother getting her ass whooped, and I done jumped. Me and my brother done jumped in with our little race cars and tracks. Yeah, but that's just me. That's just me. That's all. I'm just talking. I don't want to trigger nobody, but it seemed like he was being re-victimized, and he was sitting there thinking he was going to get helped. But Mama Fifi, I don't know. I think he was like 8 or something with her. I don't know. I don't know. But it was crazy, and then there had to be a point because that happened, then they told the mom, but then he got victimized. He didn't tell when he got victimized, so he had to have went back or something. It Too many questions. I don't wanna trigger y'all, but it didn't feel right to me. That's all I'm gonna say, and he can cuss me out and do whatever he wants. Baby, let me tell y'all, Rodney and your transphobia and your weak energy. You know, I had clicked Rodney's live because they were talking about I just tuned in, and I saw Brooke was up there, and Brooke was talking about how I need to leave Levi alone, and I'm like, "I don't even talk about Levi." Levi wanna blow up my spot, and I have begged Levi to leave me alone, begged him, and he wants to do all that stuff, but he got all this energy but can't get his mouth fixed. I just don't get that. But I clicked Rodney's link to address that because 'cause I'm like, I ain't gonna let that narrative," and Brooke had something to say, and we did that. But I found it funny once I scrolled back and watched the recap, and that was my first time ever hitting Rodney's link because I think Rodney is absolutely gutter trash. He offers nothing, nothing. I don't know how he got traction in this sector. He came from MU to Junkie. Hold up, let's pause right there, y'all. Did y'all hear about MU apparently talking about some she relapsed? Now, I don't know if she did it on live or she made a post to get things, but apparently they're saying, this is from Charlie, that she said she took some new medicine and it made her feel like she was high and she thought she relapsed. Let's sit back. Mama Fifi, Miss Paulette. Now I know medicines can have different impacts on you, but what motherfucking medicine gonna give you the meth effect to the point that you thought you was relapsed? Either you relapse or you fucking didn't. You fucking junky ass whore. I never thought that bitch had relapsed. Just like she allegedly took a sip of a drink on a cruise and did and wigged out because it had alcohol in it. And she's supposed to be sober. I don't know what no doctor prescribed medicine could make you feel the same effect of being meth. If not, they need to give it to a whole lot of people and they could save some money. Seriously. I mean, and then we're not gonna talk about how she had got the baby daddy in trouble because he was prescribing her medicines and drugs. So she said it's only meth, but she don't just do meth. I know that's her preferred drug, but there's more than that because he got in trouble and almost lost his license. So I hope he learns his lesson. I hope he ain't prescribing no pills, or I hope she ain't raiding his medicine cabinet and doing stuff, but something is crazy over there. But anyway, Rodney came from MU. He was over at Tommy Sotomayor's, and we know how Tommy gives it up. Another self-hating coon. Rodney has strong opinions about the gays and the blacks, but I find it funny. But anyway, I clicked Rodney's link and I told him, I thought we were being civil. And I even told him, I said, "Ronnie, you should be happy I clicked your link. I'm panel gold." And he never said anything. But when I scrolled back to watch the replay, Rodney wanted to call himself addressing me and telling me to step my pussy up. Rodney told me to step my pussy up. Number one, Rodney, I don't have a pussy. I have a nice, juicy, tight, wet hole. Two holes, a mouth and a booty. I ain't got no pussy. You'll never hear me say that. Mm-mm. If I wanted one, I could have one, but I don't want to have to deal with that dilating and all that stuff that comes with it, and then risking the fact that I might not get the same sexual gratification that I have. Oh no, 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 no! I'm not a risk taker like that. Never have. But Rodney, you are a 50-year-old man that has your ass all up on you on X, formerly known as Twitter, and talking about you got a 10-inch dick, but we ain't seen no damn picture or proof of that. But you gonna tell me to step my pussy up? Why are you and James and you other punks worried about my pussy and what the fuck I do and how I give it up? And then when I click your link, you ain't have none of that same energy. Ain't even mentioned it. I have to go on the fucking replay to watch that shit. See, Rodney, that's why you always getting this bullshit. And it comes from, I'm a good person. No, the fuck you're not. You just attack people blindly. You attacked Fifi for no reason. And then when people got in your ass, because she's one of the most unproblematic people out there, you want to backpedal on Pussy Pop. You mad at Billie Jean just because she told you to stop asking for the link. And you just can't understand. I really think you're slow. I do. You can't complete a sentence, a thought, and preparing or repeating, even down to the AI tools flagging you because all your titles look the same. Hello to my supporters. You ain't got no fucking supporters. We all share the same viewers. They ain't specifically Rodney. They ain't there for you. You probably the only one going live. And then that's subjecting us to a goddamn redirect to watch your stupid ass. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Step my pussy up. No, bitch. Step your asshole up in that fucking mausoleum that you call a motherfucking house. You simple ass whore. He has some fucking nerve. You ain't no fucking beef sector because you don't even know how to stand no beef. Don't fucking address me. You can't tell me a motherfucking thing till you give that same energy to these men and find out who drove past that goddamn raggedy shack that you call a house. You can't say nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. And if you got 10 inches, pull that shit out and show it. We done seen Rico the Brat. We done seen Tyrion. Rick Reed say he got 8 inches. I don't know. Show it. Pull it out and show it. Until then, shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. Nothing. Anyway, but why are we talking about Twitter and the X? Baby, the spirit came to me. Mm, the spirit came to me regarding Shakim and the Twitter. And and the spirit, clear as day, gave me a directive. And y'all gonna ask what happened. Because the narrative is resounding with Shakim. Once again, he's alleging that Lemon gave me his ex. 6, where there's no proof that Lemon knew anything about a freak Twitter. He saw what he saw. We still didn't see what he said, but there's no proof of that. And knowing Lemon and as devious and as nasty as he is, if he knew about the Twitter, that would have came out. But let me see what Miss Paulette's saying. As long as she has been addicted, she should have told the doctor about her drug problem before he prescribes her anything. Absolutely. But Miss Paulette, I don't think it was no goddamn drugs. I mean, no pills. I think that bitch really smoked her some fucking meth. But yeah. All right, Mama Fifi, you can say the same thing. Remember, you was a rider. You was a ZX rider, so we can't really trust you too much. But anyway, back to Shasha in this Twitter. So the spirit came to me and once again told me to Google Map Shakim's town, Retford. And y'all, guess how many miles Retford is from me? Guess how many miles Retford is from me? It was like 589, but rounded up, I don't know, because I don't know the exact location of Shakim. I didn't do that, but that's within the radius of the 600 miles of the person that sent me that shit. You can, in fact, look up people's specific location on Jack. It's an enhanced version, but you can. And now that makes sense even more because KRN, why would he say, don't say I ever gave you any, didn't give you anything? Because we're okay, we're cordial, but we're not on that type of time. That was Shakim that sent that shit to me. And he's so sick that he's trying to play and put it on limit and want me to force and to say I did it. And I refuse to lie on that man because if history shows, I will out myself even when it doesn't paint me in the best light or favor. So why would I have no reason to lie? And he even admitted I never lied. He sent that shit, but he didn't think I was going to get the traction and air him out the way that I fucking did. But he pushed me there with the lying to my face. And that's sick, Shakim. That you sitting up there, you know what the fuck you did. You know you're the one that sent it, but you over there putting the doubt on Roman, which I always said I could never confirm or deny because I didn't know who the fuck sent it. They just sent it, and then that person ultimately blocked me. And then trying to say that I did, that Lemon did it, knowing that you're the fucking bitch that did it and doing all this performative matters. You are a psychotic piece of shit. And I don't know what I ever saw on you. You dusty ass. You got that icon pic and you got crust in the middle of your fucking lip. You droopy lip dumb bitch. You would be happy to have a bitch like me. I could have changed your fucking life. You dumbass. Sending that shit and doing all that stuff and showing all that stuff you saw. Then you stupid to my you popular and they don't even know how to gain traction and capitalize off them followers. Another stupid bitch. I need to teach a class on business and bossing up. It's time to elevate in 2025. You stupid ass bitches. That blew my mind. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Just like the Spirit sent that to me so I could retaliate and get what I needed. Because I admit I got a nasty side to me. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I will. And Spirit told me to put that town in. And it was you, Shakim. You sent it. Yes, you did. Let me check my notes. I think I got one more topic. Hopefully, y'all still with me enjoying. I'm just slow walking it. I ain't even start drinking yet. Let me tell y'all my last topic. Slow roll in his convenient memory. Now I'm gonna give Ro a little light, because I'm not as mad at him as I was when he made this commentary. And he actually stood on big business about these alleged straight men and the outrage they want to have against the girls. So he's still on business. Let me pause right there. Another person that gave okay commentary was Jay Dunn about the girls, but then she had me fucked up because then she said she was starting a straight men's fund to protect them and drop us down off panels if they need it. So where'd that come from? And Jake, I saw that you put on your members only that you got your dreads done. Now that looked like an old picture to me because you was wearing a mask. Or are you wearing a mask? Because I'm thinking, Jake, you're not telling us what happened with your teeth. You won't mention what happened. I know you're going back, but I'm thinking you don't got no teeth right now. You're a bald mouth bitch right now. That's why you wearing that shit. Cause we done taunted you so fucking much that you want to get them damn chiclets that you call teeth done. But they ain't gonna change them gums, them black and large gums. No, they not. Ooh, you gonna look like a Mr. Ed. And you got them beady eyes. My God. But yeah, Jake had her little thing where she confused me that she knows what it is, that this is a gay sector and they want to cry, but then she want to do a little straight men's fun. That was weird to me. But Ro was standing on business, actually. He really was. And Ro's in his new era, honey, being messy, honey. He done already told us he ain't got no sense, baby. But Ro, I'm so glad for once James the manatee got your ass. You were saying way too much about these glory holes to the point that it was making me feel uncomfortable. I was like, how Ro know all this stuff? When Ro talked about putting the ass up to the hole, I like to die. Now I done seen people do that before. And I done seen people gonna get their ass whooped for doing that because you're not supposed to do that without no permission. But these little old thirsty white men, baby, I wish I could record up in that in them glory holes because it is a mess up in there. And some of them old white men will straight up and toot their ass up. They don't want to suck it. They want to get plumaged and ramaged. And some of these people will do it now and raw. Oh yeah, they will. I've seen it happen. Baby, I could write a whole book on the glory hole activities that happen in the bookstores. Oh yeah, I can. Mm, mm, mm. But baby, yeah, you told too much, Ro. You told a bit too much. But I don't know how you felt so comfortable to talk about me once again. Another person trying to tell me who the fuck I am and what the fuck I like, bitch. Ro, have you seen yourself? You just mad, like I said, because I called you buckwheat, but you do look buckwheat. And then they said your breath is hot and stinking, and you want to be all up in people's face, and you already socially awkward. Come on now, bro. Keep it cute, bitch. We because you cannot compete with this bitch here. Down to the point you want to go after the same dick that I go after. I know we got similar tastes, I guess, but bitch, no, sir. Mm-mm. So keep it cute, Ro. Keep it cute. That's all I'm gonna say. Give you a little light, all right? I'm about to close, and then we're gonna have a freestyle, honey. Y'all can ask or whatever you want for those that didn't catch my eye. All right. But welcome everyone. I thank you guys for staying with me. But in my closing, I want to say there's a bigger picture. No one's platform can dictate how I feel or how I identify. And the people who have tried to come from me, they really need to focus on their lives. I've given examples. I've talked about it. No one's perfect, but you don't have the position or the authority or the right to talk about me, all right? And if you do want to talk about, we really need to start talking about the real issues. I know the politics thing and does make people uncomfortable, but this is the reality. And I can't. turn a blind eye to what's going on. And it just is what it is at this point. We can't spread these lies, we can't push agendas, and we can't continue to play in each other's face. We can drag each other and do a little light, but we need to keep our eye on the prize. And at this point, I'm always gonna be me, take it or leave it, and this has been my Deets report. I thank you, everyone. Like it. Now at this time, I'm going to look at the chat. Is there any questions that anyone has or clarity that anyone would like to have? Now's the best time. Don't create no narratives or anything like that. You have the opportunity to drop down and ask me the question. HC Sweetie to Glory Hole Story. Baby. I want to, but then some of y'all cannot handle the stuff that happens. And I'm telling y'all, it will blow your mind. You can drag me, Trey Trey. Will you marry me? Oh, Alexa, I don't know if I'm marriage material. Shawnee's ask about what? What do you mean after all what? All right, y'all. I guess there's nothing. If y'all do have questions, just comment on underneath the video and I'll get back with y'all. Feel free to message me on IG. I thank you guys for your time, your support. I wanted to go on camera, but I was really hungover. I really overdid it last night. I definitely did. But hopefully y'all enjoyed what I said. This is probably gonna spark some things, probably. I don't know. Um, what's going on between Jay Wilson and James the Hateful? Baby, pretty much to me, Nina. I understand James is agenda now. That was some weak punk shit that James didn't hit the damn panel. Cause how many times has James the Manatee got on the panel that I was on and want to attack me? But he wouldn't go over there and serve it up. But it's saying at this point that, Mr. Wilson is being scared and playing coy with James. But James ain't the bitch that you need to play coy with. That's a bitch you need to knock at their fucking kneecaps and then chin check that bitch once they're down on their fucking knees. You got to take that bitch all the way fucking out. Uncle Fester looking ass bitch. You can't play with that bitch. No, you can't. Um, HCX, sweetie, for sending links. Well, there's a lot of spam accounts, so and I guess with AI, maybe they could. It depends on the links they do, but there's no real reason to send a link on Grinder. So yeah, that could be seen as suspicious. Because there are people that have like spam accounts that try to get you to sign up to other sites and stuff. So yeah, I guess you could. I guess that could be like for solicitation or spam. Yeah. Anything else, guys? I know it's late. It's 11 o'clock here. All right. Well, I love you all. Thank you guys for tuning in and taking the time. Thank you guys for my mods that were here and modding and holding down. And I appreciate all of you. And I'm going to sign out. Until next time. Peace, everybody.